On this episode of Walk a Mile in Their Shoes, we are at the Bingham Creek Trailhead in South Jordan, Utah. And our guest today is Genevieve Strattman.
Hi, my name's Genevieve Strattman, and I have been working in Granite School District for the last 20 years as a school social worker. I also love to, I enjoy the great outdoors here in Utah. I love all the winter sports, snowboarding and snowshoeing. I also love paddle boarding and doing lots of yoga. Been really trying to focus on going more inward and connecting. So I'm excited to have you walk a mile in my shoes today.
Hey, Genevieve.
Hi, Jared.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out this way.
Yeah.
Appreciate your willingness and your interest.
It's an honor. Yes,
I'm
excited.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. Well, this is a great park. I grew up around this area, and you live not too far from here. So
that's right.
Yeah, that's great. Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Walk.
Yeah. So 20 years as a social worker.
Yes.
That's
I
amazing.
Can't believe it. Yeah.
That's amazing. And from what I've heard, you're a relatively competent social worker, right?
Ooh, I know, right? That's funny, right? I think that's one thing that I've struggled with a little bit, where
go on over. Thank you. You're good.
That's one thing that I've kind of struggled with. Just like feeling kind of inadequate at times, as a social worker, but really I have to give myself that credit and that authority and really feel like, yes, I am good at what I do. This is a part of my purpose, and to have a lot of faith in myself that I do a good job.
Yeah.
And I have that. And it has been reflected in the feedback that I get from students and parents, families, and from my colleagues too. So, but I think part of that too, a little bit, is just I'm a legacy, like my dad. Yeah. My dad has been the school psychologist.
That's where that comment came from. His card to you.
Right. So
we love you, Dennis.
I know we do. Love you, Dad. He's actually the one that really kind of geared me towards thinking about social work, because I thought about after undergrad, being out of undergrad for a little bit, I graduated in mass communications and psychology, and thinking about educational psych, growing up watching my dad and what he did, and he just said, you might want to consider looking at the social work program, the MSW, and it might be a good fit for you. You'd be able to do a lot of similar things, but also being able to kind of address the whole child, the whole student, and the family, and have resources to help with their needs. So he was right.
Yeah.
He was right.
He led you down a good path.
He did. Yeah.
And you, and I'm a firsthand witness of the good work that you've done with students. Yeah. And I am so appreciative of what you've done.
Yeah, our time at Cypress together.
Yeah, Cypress and Kennedy.
That's right.
That's kind of a forgotten time.
Yeah, yeah. I was just thinking about that this morning, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering if you'd be willing to share maybe like an inspiring story or two that comes to mind from your time as a social worker.
Yeah. Well, this happened just recently, but when I was at Cypress, and I had Kennedy at that time too, but that was probably about 2013, 2012, 2013, 14, but kind of right in the middle of, the kind of the beginning of the social media stuff. Yes. And Cypress was kind of more of a difficult community to serve. There was definitely a lot of things going on, but I had a student who was referred to me, and I started working with her, and things were really difficult for her at home. and she had had some different traumas that she was trying to work through, and she was doing like a lot of dissociating and, but she was able to graduate. I don't know. I just remember being, like she just needed a lot of time to be able to process and talk, and so, I don't know, a lot of times we would just sit there in silence, where it was just kind of there was no expectations. It was just a safe space for her to be, when she was feeling, disassociated or just not feeling good. But years later, so last year, I got an email from her. And so she said, I don't know if you remember me, but, I went to Cypress High, and you talked to me and really helped me. And she's like, now I've been in therapy. You're the reason why I've been in therapy for the last 10 years. I have an amazing psychologist that I work with. And, now I have a loving husband and 2 beautiful little kids. And she's like, I just, I don't remember much about high school just because of all the struggles I was going through. But I do remember that you were somebody who really cared about me. And so I just wanted to email you and let you know that. So that was, that feels good. Like that Maya Angelou quote. Where they always remember how you made them feel. People always remember how you make them feel. So,
wow, how rewarding for you that 10 years later,
right?
Even more than that, you're getting that connection back again and recognizing that the work that you've done is really important and long lasting.
Yeah, that was really cool, and that was at a time too where, like I was having some of that inadequacy, feelings of inadequacy and doubts, self-doubts and stuff. So. It came at a good time.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so I really thank her for that.
Yeah, I'm so glad for that. I get a lot of questions from parents and even teachers, and they'll ask, what are like the big issues and concerns that come up with youth today? And so I was going to ask you that. What lately? Because, for the last several years, you've been working with younger children as well as teenagers. What are some big concerns and issues that you see come up a lot lately? So I think that the biggest thing that I'm seeing now, and this started early, we were starting to see this happen. I feel like it's kind of an unprecedented time where us as the parents or the adults, we did not grow up with all the technology. I mean, it really accelerated the evolution. And so, these kids have grown up, they're digital natives. They have grown up with the technology, but it went so fast. And, and they talked about that in that book, The Anxious Generation, right? Which is excellent. I definitely highly recommend that to anybody who has kids or is working with kids and families. But I feel like, it created a huge disconnection in that relationship between the biggest protective factor for kids, and now, I mean, there's just so much information, and it started really with our generation, just even with media, right? And television and stuff, and just that safetyism mentality. And I think that kids now are just so bombarded with so much information and distraction, I guess. It has taken us away from just being in our bodies, being in nature, being mindful. And so that creates a lot of problems with learning. So you see these younger kids who, they're just so impulsive. They don't, it's hard for them to think about the consequences or, the outcomes of some of their actions and how to interact with people appropriately, how to interact with other kids appropriately. And so,
And then I think parents too, like a lot of us, like we're so distracted by it. We're not, you know, that a lot of parents are not interacting appropriately or role modeling, right? Or like even like educators, like, you know, so I do feel like it's an opportunity to like pause and step back and try to figure out, okay, how can we I don't know, manage, or how can we shape education where we're having those moments of mindfulness, of like being able to connect in with your breath, you know, trying to find some of that those inner resources, you know, that we all have. I don't know. I think
that's great.
I think that needs to be. We have an opportunity to make a shift, I think, right now, so that we can bring more. Like that we can just bring, you know, people better. Provide better mental health opportunities to help themselves get through those difficult feelings and situations. So
I totally agree. You know,
build resiliency.
It's not just a student or child problem. It's adults too.
It's adults too. Like, and they're looking at us, you know. So we have to role model. But that kind of bit me a little bit back in the day. Because I was having kids, you know, like, that were into social media. It was such an issue. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get off all of it. And then when my kids were old enough to start to get into it, I just didn't really understand, you know, and I wish I would have known more. But
we're learning a lot now, aren't we?
We are learning a lot.
What's maybe like a go-to exercise or practice that you use with students who maybe are struggling with that connection or being in the moment or things of that nature?
One thing that I love to do with, you know, and this is something that I was even doing back at Cypress, but just doing like a nice mindfulness meditation. Now, kind of what that's transformed into is going into classrooms like at my elementary, and we're all in a circle. And we all we breathe, you know, like sometimes I do a chime and I like make sure that they have their hands on their belly button and on their chest, you know, so that they can feel their breath move into their bellies, but just time to breathe and then build that community. Like everybody, maybe we ask a question, and so everyone gets an opportunity to answer the question if they'd like to, and the rest of us listen, and so it just builds that connection and that space where we can all feel comfortable just to get to know who we are and you know, and who each other is, and learn how to breathe together. It's like, we breathe all the time, but mindful breathing, right? Because you can always go back to your breath. In any situation, your breath is always going to be there for you. And so something, you know, I've been practicing that so much now that like it just gets easier and easier, right? And so I can just go into that and then let it all go. So
it's the ultimate basic of life. Breathing.
Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out.
Yes.
And there's so many different strategies or ways you can do it, and I found, like, we just did it with our staff at Benyon Elementary. For one of our trainings this week, and we did a circle activity. The principal was really great about doing that, and so like we sat there and we were just breathed. And I had several teachers come up and say, "Oh my gosh, that was so great." I'm like, well, we're going to continue. We'll continue to do it. So hopefully they can, take a minute to do that with your kids, your students, you know?
Yeah.
Great. I appreciate you sharing that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Genevieve, we're past the halfway point of our mile.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot that this is a little bit hilly. So
Yeah, I'm all, yeah.
Yeah,
A little out of shape.
back to the basic building blocks of life.
Right.
Maybe it might be a good idea to turn around so we don't get too far off the beaten path. So we'll flip around and kind of head back since we're about halfway through.
About face.
So yeah, as we're past that point, I wanted to ask you about some of the little things that you do on a day-to-day basis to keep your mental health strong.
Right.
You know, you've talked a lot about breathing. I'm sure you do that on your own. And
I do. I meditate every day.
Awesome.
Like when I wake up, I try to do 20 minutes in the morning, and then I try to do 20 minutes right before dinner.
Okay.
Every day. So that's been a practice I've been doing, probably started in January, but learned that from and I do like a Vedic meditation. So like mantra based, but that's been super helpful for me. Okay. So yeah.
Mantra based. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah. So a mantra based is like, so it's kind of an ancient Indian Vedic meditation practice. So they use different mantras from the old language of Sanskrit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that's something that I've engaged with this course. It's called Life Force Energy Healing, and so I'm kind of learning how to be like an energy healer practitioner as well.
Wow.
I'd like to continue to kind of implement some of those strategies into my practice, and then and then be able to do that outside of the school realm. But yeah, like it's kind of an ancient mantra, and you're just quiet, and thoughts and stuff are going to come into your mind, of course, but you just kind of go back to that mantra and just say it as much as you need to, just for 20 minutes, and then you're done.
Wow.
So that just helps to kind of really bring me back to my core, and helps me to let all of the other distractions and things go, with maybe acknowledging those thoughts and stuff, but not feeling like, okay, this is something I have to deal with right now. Like I just can be, connect with that breath, connect with that mantra. Yeah, it just feels like I connect with something deeper,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that you do that every morning, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's helped a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Well, what are some other things that you do on a day-to-day basis that really help?
I love being out in nature. I love being out in my backyard, like bare feet in the grass.
Yeah.
I hug my trees.
You're a literal
I do.
tree
I'm
hugger.
a literal tree hugger. Like I hug my trees and give them love, and I love playing frisbee with my dogs. I love, I just love being able to be grounded, being like supported by Mother Earth, and just like letting her hold me, you know? Yeah. I love doing yoga, like outside especially. Just that helps me kind of get into my body and stretch. We hold so much of that emotion, like, and in our positions, like I absorb so much emotion, especially from the kids and stuff. So that yoga really helps me to release all of that tension that I get, that gets caught in my like hips and shoulders, and so that helps a lot.
Oh, wow.
And then just connection, connecting with my kids, making sure I'm just present, connecting with my parents, connecting with just like all ages of people, even like, and just even going to the store or something, like just, like being present, being able to smile at someone.
yeah, I don't know.
That makes a big difference. Yeah.
It does.
When you're even
Smiling,
just a smile.
yes.
Yeah. It's like, wow, I feel good.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
in that little exchange.
Yes. I feel very like strongly about I just feel that energy, you know, and I feel like we're all made of energy. Yeah. We all have that energy flowing through us. So yeah, like, again, going back to that quote, you know, people remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And so energy is a huge part of that for me.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love just all those things about connecting with the earth.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the earth is just so powerful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, and just, like being able, even, I don't know, like even just this, you know, like, there's like some like fun weeds and stuff, but it's just very, I don't know, there's just still something very connected about it. Yeah.
I love that so much. Yeah. Well, Genevieve, I also wanted to ask you about a time in your life where your mental health was really challenged, and you really kind of had to dig deep and really work hard to work through it and manage through it. Would you be willing to share a time like that?
Yeah. Yes. So I started working in the elementary schools in the year, like the 2017, 2018. You know, and I had kind of come to the elementary school as a way because there was so much crisis happening in the high school and the secondary. You know, Cypress, they had a couple kids have like commit suicide or kill themselves that year, and that was really hard, really difficult for me. And so so I went down into the elementary age, and then we had another student in the elementary that, and you know, and like there was a lot of different things that were involved with that, but I think that was a really hard stage because my own kids were, you know, like they were kind of coming to be that age as well. And so, like my daughter was having some of those kinds of struggles as well. And the pandemic happened, and there was lots of different things, but gosh, it's kind of hard to talk about. But I think, like I was at work, there was so much of it, and then like going home, there was so much of it. So there wasn't a break, and so I wasn't taking care of myself, you know. And so actually I needed to reach out for help. And so I took medical leave and went to a residential program for about 45 days in 2023. So that really helped me out a lot to just go and it was like, you know, movement-based therapies and art therapy, and just kind of helped me reset, you know, and get through some of just get through some of that struggle. So I recognized that that's what I needed to do. I needed to be able to get through that struggle to learn how to take care of myself again.
I'm so grateful that you were willing to share those experiences, because there's so heartbreaking experiences. And I love that you shared that you got help too.
Yes.
Yeah, because so often, you know, there's that misconception that we've got it all figured out.
Oh my gosh.
You know? And it's like,
you're the expert. Wave your magic wand. I'm like, I don't have a magic wand, it turns out. I'm a human.
Yes, we're human beings too.
We're humans.
So I'm grateful that you shared that and let people know that, hey, you know, we all need help. None of us are immune to receiving help.
And that's the thing, like I came back, you know, and they're like, Miss Genevieve, where were you? And I said, well, I had to go get some help, you know, and I said, you know, sometimes the best therapists have therapists.
Yes.
And I had this little second grader, and he was like, really? So like teachers need teachers? I said, absolutely. And he's like, well,
like kids need kids. And I was like, you are correct, my friend.
Yes.
We all need each other. We all need each other. Yeah, we need that connection, and all of us need, and being able to feel like we can ask for help. You know, all of us deserve that.
Yeah.
We have like permission to be able to feel those feelings, those hard feelings, and then get the help that we need so that we can better take care of ourselves and then others, you know. So
well, that is beautiful counsel. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And you know, as we get to the very end of this mile, you know, it's really important for me to give you a moment to talk to those very same you know, kids or adults that may be really struggling to hang on. And they need just something to keep going. Would you be willing to address that person right now?
Yeah. I think for that person who is struggling, the most important thing is to just find that unconditional love for for yourself. Know that you are an important and very much needed person here on this earth. And that there's always people, there's always, you know, there's groups, there's so much out there now that we can connect to help us through those challenges, and like other people that are going through the same things, you know, and by being able to reach out and just, you know, and know that we're important and that we deserve that support, you're going to be able to help the next person that's struggling too. So
thank you. I appreciate your those wise words that, you know, people are these sorts of things are temporary, and we're going to be able to pass on that what we've been through and help others. Yeah,
and there's always somebody out there that you can connect to that's there to help you out. Even, and it's crazy, like, you know, we have this whole AI stuff's coming out, right? I mean, even the AI is pretty supportive.
Yes.
But definitely, like, I think that it's really important to be able to have those in person, and that human connection.
Absolutely,
it's out there for you. So
I couldn't agree more. Well, Genevieve, we've gone a little over a mile today. Look at you. Look at us.
Look at us. Yes. Strong.
Well, I appreciate all your wise counsel and thoughts.
Thank you, Jared. This is cool. This is very cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
If you don't mind a hug.
Hug.
Thank you.
Thank you.